offer up my life in spirit and truth, pouring out the oil of love as my worship to you. In surrender I must give my every part. Lord, receive the sacrifice of a broken heart. Jesus, what can I give? What can I bring to so faithful a friend, to so loving a King? Savior, what can be said? What can be sung as a praise of your name for the things you have done? Oh, my words could not tell, not even in part, of the debt of love that is owed by this thankful heart. What can I give? What can I bring to so faithful a friend, to so loving a King? Savior, what can be said? What can be sung as a praise of your name for the things you have done? Oh, my words could not tell, not even in part of the...
Well, hello, and a warm welcome to our breakfast church. I'm just setting up here. I'm going to do this as live, so what I'm doing is I'm just pointing the computer at the camera at the computer when we want to record the stuff off there, and I'm just talking to you to the camera as well, so hopefully it will all work. If it doesn't, well then we'll see where we get to, but hopefully it will all work. I'm just going to stop the music. We usually try and do that a bit more subtly at our breakfast churches, but there we are. When we meet together in school, we usually light a candle, so I thought we'd do that. Some of you may already have candles that you've got ready and would like to light them yourselves. If you haven't already lit them, this might be the moment to do so. Of course, what we usually do in school is we usually try and get a child up to light the candle, but we can't do that today, so we'll just have to admit that I'm a bit of a child at heart, really. Which is one of those things that's going to happen today, is that there'll be a lot of me. As we get more sophisticated at this, there will be more people, and we'll vary the voices and the number of people involved, but for the moment it's just me, and there we are. Right, so we've done that, and we're now going to go and have a look at the words now. You may find that you're not used to this, but what we usually do is we usually have some words at the beginning of the thing, and they're often on the tables. So here's one of them, a B. Now we get a child to bring this up. An N. A C, and so they bring them up. What does D2NC, what could that mean? What could the theme of this morning service be? Can we put those in order? Maybe they'll be more understandable if you put them in order. What order would you put them into on this occasion? Well, here's the right order. 2NDC. 2NDC. Interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Well, hopefully we'll find out during today's service something that might relate to 2NDC. We usually start with our welcome, and our welcome is something that we run off the off the computer and we all join in. So I'm going to lead it and you can all join in, and we'll try again feeding that across like this. Right. So together we say, welcome to our church, to what we want to be, a family of love. Welcome to familiar faces, welcome to first timers, welcome to the old and young and the somewhere in betweens. Welcome to a place of warm friendship, acceptance and fun. Welcome to a space for silence and solitude. Welcome to a place of joy and laughter. Welcome to an encounter with the unchanging, abundant, steadfast love of God. His generous banquet is lovingly prepared with you in mind. Welcome to the silly and the serious, the honest and the pretending, the lonely and the crowded. Welcome to those who need to be held and those who need to be released. Welcome as you are, a precious part of God's family. Welcome to our church. So it's lovely to have you here, and it's lovely to be able to share together even if we're not able to meet together. And one of the things that we're trying to do is develop ways of doing that better. We have hopefully today gone live with a Facebook group for Breakfast Church. It can be found via the Hook St Mary's Facebook page, and once you've found that, you should be able to find the group and ask to join, and then we can agree to allow you to join. And in there we can share things and be a bit more personal than we can on the page for the Facebook. And we'll be doing other things as we go along, and we're hoping to have this service once a week and also a service on Sundays, which is a more traditional style. Today this is our more child and family friendly service. So we're going to go on to a song in just a moment. I'm just going to plug the computer in. Whoop. Let's see if we can get this right. Okay, so we need to go on to that one. We're going to zoom in and fill the screen, which enables me to do that. I better focus it. Right, there we are. That's kind of filled the screen, hasn't it? So we're ready to go, and I'm just going to stick the audio back in straight out of the computer into the camera so that you can get a nice clean sound and you don't just listen to the rather tinny speakers on my rather tinny sounding laptop. So there we go.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each rejoice and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are my light, my lighthouse, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, my lighthouse. I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Hey! Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you. My lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore.
Coming back to me and just operating normal again. Right, okay, I'll just... so hopefully that works. I'm sorry, I forgot to say with the song, just watch it, sing along if you know it. There are some of you who already know these songs, some of you already don't know the songs. We're going to have a Bible reading now, and the Bible reading is from... it's the story of Jesus' crucifixion. 2 other people, both criminals, were led out to be killed with Jesus. When they came to a place called the Skull, it was a hill there, they nailed him to the cross. And the 2 other criminals were also crucified, one on his right and one on his left. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing." And the soldiers gambled for his clothes by throwing dice. The crowd watched and the leaders scoffed. "He saved others," they said. "Let him save himself if he's really God's Messiah, the chosen one." The soldiers mocked him too. By offering a drink of sour wine, they called out to him, "If you're the king of the Jews, save yourself." A sign was fastened above him with these words, "This is the King of the Jews." One of the criminals hanging beside him scoffed, "So you're the Messiah, are you? Prove it by saving yourself and us too while you're at it." But the other criminal protested, "Don't you fear God, even when you have been sentenced to die? We deserve to die for our crimes, but this man has done nothing wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus replied, "I assure you, today you will be with me in paradise." I hope in the future we'll be able to get some other people helping with the readings and things, and we may even be able to pre-record some and dump those in as we go. But that reading talks to us about the awful experience that Jesus had of dying on the cross. And we remember that now because we are heading towards Easter, and by the time we've had our next breakfast church that we would have had in the monthly system, we would have passed Easter. So we had that reading set up for this week, and we decided to carry on with it, because indeed we are facing very difficult times, just as Jesus faced very difficult times. Interestingly, we are also in Lent. Those of you who know, Jesus went into the desert, and he went into the desert for 40 days, all on his own. So he's had that kind of experience that we're having now, where we're isolated and we're not able to meet with one another. And he found strength from God in that situation. Now, with the story of the crucifixion, the story of Jesus dying on a hill far away, we learn many things. And I, many years ago, painted this on my jacket, which is the story of the crucifixion. It's a love heart, if you can see it. Let me hold it further back. I used to wear this when I was riding my motorbike, and there is Jesus on the cross. But it's within a love heart, because he did it because he loves us. He died so that when we face death, we may not be scared. He died so that when we've done things wrong, we can be forgiven. He died to put right things that have gone wrong in the past. And in the picture I also painted an apple, and an apple and a snake. Some of you may know the story of the apple and the snake from the beginning of the Bible. That's something where the world went really wrong, and Jesus was putting it right. And I've also painted, of course, a communion cup. And that communion cup helps us to understand that Jesus' blood has cleansed us. And it's a very odd thing to happen, a very difficult thing for us as young people to understand why Jesus dying should make us better. But one of the things we can understand is that God is there at the most difficult times in our lives, because Jesus was there at the most difficult places. And he died an early death. And sadly, we've heard even today of somebody quite young dying of this awful virus, this awful disease, and we hope and pray that as few people as possible will die of it. But we also hope and pray that as many people as possible will be raised to new life, to raise to heaven. And that's the story of the cross, that Jesus dies and rises again. We have that picture of the death, but we also have the picture of the resurrection. On the activity sheet that we've published, and I've just lost it, on the activity sheet that we've published on the website, you might be able to see, I don't know whether you can see at the bottom there, there's the tomb, with the empty tomb with the grave cloths lying. We colour those in, and we've decided to do the cross on top of a hill that looks like a rainbow. Rainbows are being used at the moment to express something of hope in a difficult situation, and so we've got one that we did earlier in our garden, and this was one that we did just using something we had to hand. Now, if I'd been clever, I was also given something upstairs that I've forgotten to use today. So there it is. We made that. You might be able to do some rainbows and post them on our Facebook group, or in some other ways, maybe even put them in your windows. But this rainbow tells us that there is hope because Jesus died, that when he set free that criminal on one side, all people have hope, even those who've gone wrong and had hurt in their lives. So this is an opportunity to turn to him and ask him for help. And we usually do that by just having a video that we can watch, and this again will be shown on the computer. We'll just set that up, just re-plug the sound back into it, and we should be able to have this video, which we usually just watch whilst we carry on with the activities or doing something, but you can do whatever you want as you listen to or watch this video. if I can get the sound in. Helps to be in the lightest